I would do that. And then the burn card procedure, which is very important in baccarat dealing, is the way they burn the cards. Like in blackjack, they usually burn one card. The dealer finishes shuffling or takes the cards out of the card shuffler today and burns one card and puts it in a discard rack and then deals. In baccarat, it's different. The dealer turns over the first card out of the shoe and then burns that many more cards and then puts those cards into the tray for the dumped cards, right? So now if you turn over like a 6, then the dealer has to burn 6 more cards and put them in the slot on the table where the dumped cards go, right? So that's what my plan was. Okay, so here we go. I also knew that I was going to do this on my last tour at the baccarat game, at the end of my shift. And behind me, coming in to relieve me, right? Because when a dealer leaves the table, a dealer claps out like this and shows his hands to the camera to make sure he's not palming any chips, and that's goodbye. And then the new dealer comes in. The dealer would tap me on the shoulder, letting me know he was there. And I knew who the new dealer was. It was the first dealer on the graveyard shift, because I was working the swing shift, which ended at 2 in the morning. The new dealer on the grave shift was a tall, big guy, and I recognized the feel of his tap. He would tap me out, and he would actually deal the cards in the scam that I just put in the shoe, because in those days, right, when you had a baccarat shoe and there was no, let's say you shuffled the cards and you were playing, and then there were people at the table playing, and then they got up and left, and you still had the cards in the shoe. Well, the difference with baccarat is you did not have to take the cards out of the shoe and spread them on the table like you would in a blackjack game and wait for new players to come before you're shuffling up again. In blackjack, you could just leave the cards in the shoe and just wait for the next player to come. And that's how it was. And the reason casinos did that is because in blackjack, you couldn't do that, because theoretically, right, in blackjack, right, the casino could set up a shoe against the players, okay? It never happens, but they could, okay? But in blackjack, they couldn't, because they don't know which side the players are going to bet on. Are they going to bet player, or are they going to bet bank, right? They don't know. So therefore, they can't set up the shoe. And players knew that, so players didn't object to coming to a table where the cards were already in the shoe, or even if there was half the cards were already dealt. They didn't care, because they knew there was no way the casino could set up the shoe, because they don't know who's betting what, because some people would bet player, some people would bet bank, and some people would bet tie. So that was why I could do that. So the idea was that I would fix up the 7 hands for the player, and then I would clap out after the big guy tapped me. I would clap out, and that would be the end. And the new dealer would deal the actual scam hands. I mean, that's the beauty of it. So that was the final plan, and everything was great. We discussed it for 3 or 4 days, and then we came up with the Saturday night, the busy Saturday night, that we were going to do it, and everything was cool. And on the next video, I'm going to tell you how we made out, and I think you're really going to love it. So join me again, and be sure you follow me and share this video. Tell your friends and your family if they're into casino stories, because the way this fall shuffle scam worked out, one of the most incredible, unbelievable things, stories that you'll ever hear about a casino. So I'll see you then.